If your head looks like this and you think you're receding, you're not actually balding because this is what's considered a mature hairline. And that's when your hairline does go back, but that's actually pretty normal with age. But if you want to know if you're actually balding, what you can do is actually go into the shower, take your hand, run your hand through your wet hair, and try putting all your hairs on a table. And if those hair diameters are very different from each other, that's when you are showing signs of balding. Now, regardless if you have generational baldness that runs in your family, it doesn't mean you can't do anything to slow down the process of hair thinning or even replace it. Now, usually replacing it would mean to get a hair transplant, but that's actually not what you want to do first, is because hair transplants are very risky. And as you can see, a lot of different types of celebrities have gotten hair transplants, which eventually failed. If you're considering of getting a hair transplant, take a look at the Norwood scale and see if you're around at a 2 or 3, which means you can still save your follicles. But if you're at a 6 or 7, then you can consider getting one. All of our hair follicles heavily rely on the papilla. Now, we want to make sure that papilla is strong, that it's making strong hair structures so it can keep that thickness versus it being very weak and brittle, making very weak hair structures, which makes your hair fall out a lot easier. That's the reason why I started suggesting to a lot of my new clientele is to swap over to using Spectral DNC with 5% minoxidil. The main goal we want is to get our papillas to be working with our follicles, creating that thickness around areas that are showing signs of thinning. About a few months ago, I had a young client come in who was only 19 years old, very scared of losing all of his hair. He had a really bad thinning around his crown area and a little bit of a receding hairline, and he really wanted to get a hair transplant. But I told him not to take that risk and try using Spectral DNC for at least a month consistently before coming back to me. He came back for a follow-up the other day, and the amount of progress that I seen on his hairline, and especially in the areas that he was showing signs of thinning, got me to a point where I didn't even think he needed this at all. I was surprised because when he first came in the waiting room, I honestly thought he got some work done because of his hair. Now, results may vary depending from person to person, but it depends how consistent you are with this to actually see some progress. If you're balding or you're noticing signs of a thinning hairline, I'm telling you, try out the spray. I'll leave you a link so you can get one too.